Well, what's up, YTPC? Sorry about that. Uncle Willie coming to you from the Mobile Lounge. A little Twinings English breakfast tea, even though it's not breakfast. Tea's tea to me. You can call it breakfast tea. We got this one's English breakfast, and the other one in the green is the Irish breakfast. Why it has to be breakfast tea, I don't know. Anyway, it's Friday Eve. Here we are. Off and on raining, back and forth. Sun's trying to peek out right now. I don't trust it. Plus my chair's got a puddle of water sitting in the seat around in the coop. So here we are. Mobile Lounge. I am smoking my Savinelli 320 in the Fantasia line. I don't smoke this pipe that often. It should be called the Savinelli 420 because it looks like it. I had one similar in shape, a little smaller, made out of glass years ago. That's for a different video. I got a rubber bit on this, which y'all know I typically don't use rubber bits. But this, you'll never be able to see it. But I dropped this pipe right there on the ground. And it took a little chip out of the button. And it irritates my bottom lip when I smoke it. So I put the rubber bit on there, and that way it just makes it a little fatter. It's already fat enough. But it makes it a little fatter, and it avoids that little chip rubbing my lip. So we gotta do what we gotta do. This was the closest temper I could find to be similar in color, except for the pink in this one. Close enough. Mix match. It's an 8 Daco. I like 8 Daco when I use these kind of tampers because of the holes that are in the bottom. Because you can just sit it right there. And it does the same thing as when you like this, or with a flat tamper, how you go across the top the way I do sometimes. Oh well. Whatever works for you. That's the way I look at it. Some Bob's Chocolate Flake. The jar had a date of 11/23 or something of 22. So it's got a year on it. And it's a broken flake. This is a bulk. And I looked at my I got a smaller jar from around the same time era, a year ago, maybe. And some of it that I have in the tin, and that jar that would come out of tins, I made a trade with the guy, and he sent me some Bob's chocolate that he said would come out of a tin, and it was a couple years old. So it's got anywhere between 1 to 3 or 4 years on it that it supposedly came out of a tin, not bulk. But all of it is a broken flake. Someone commented the other day and said that when I made the video and I said I'd like to see Bob's Chocolate Flake in a flake because I think it would be beautiful, he told me that over there in the UK and in England, it comes as a proper flake, but they don't get 10s. He only gets it in bulk. And I told him I'd like to see that, because all we get is broken flake. At least that's all I've had. And the bus just stopped. Usually there's two boys that get off and go across the street. One is just probably kindergarten or either first grade, and the other one looks to be probably third grade maybe. He got off and ran over, and the little one must not have went to school today. So Dad opened the door and let the other one in. I take notice of stuff like that. Man, if I'm sitting out here and I see somebody that don't look like they belong, and they stop to talk to one of these kids, I'm getting out the car and walking over there and find out. I'm gonna intervene. Ask that kid if they know that adult that's in that car. You can believe I'm gonna be right there in their business. I know everybody. Well, I don't know them, but I know what everybody looks like up and down our townhouse row here, and on the next street over, the next block over. I know whose kids belong to whose adults. If I see somebody I don't know stop and them kids sort of hesitate, boy, I'm getting right on in there. You can bet that. I don't play around when it comes to somebody messing with kids. I don't believe in that crap, man. Hell no. Hell no. Got me fired up there for a minute. So, breathe, take a sip. I'd like to thank my three new subscribers. They showed me the names, and it's Upland Piper, Sailor the Piper Man, and Sam Diddy. Sam Diddy. Thank you, welcome. I went and picked up Peanut yesterday. Took her to a ballet practice, or gymnastics practice. And of course, the walks of life in and out of that gymnastics center is so diverse. That's where I made the comment from the other week about men sashaying the way they walk, swinging their hips back and forth, instead of just fucking walking like a man, like a big old lummox. I'd rather see somebody walk like they're big and dumb than walk like a little lady. Just trip over everything and walk. That's perfectly fine. But as soon as you start swinging your hands back and forth, nah. But I watched this guy, grown-ass man. I watched this guy. I was backed into my parking spot, and I was in the first spot. So I seen everybody that come into the driveway. This guy pulls in a big old GMC, whatever their equivalent is to the Suburban, Denali, or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Just a big, extended SUV. There's a parking spot in between two cars across from me. And the parking lot is wide enough that you can come in and pull up and back in without having to go in. You don't have to pull in the spot beside me to straighten up to go to the spot across the parking lot. That's how wide the parking lot is. So this cat pulls in, And I thought that he was a state trooper, because I seen him one Saturday in there and he was carrying, and I thought, because there's a state trooper that their kid is there. Anyway, this guy I thought was a state trooper. I come find out a little later that it was not him, because the state trooper showed up later to pick up his kid. But this guy pulls up and backs into his parking spot, and he was a little crooked. I've seen people park much worse than that in that parking lot. So he pulls up to straighten up, and I'm watching him. He pulled up to straighten up, and he pulled right back into the same tire marks, the same tire prints that he had just pulled out of. All he did was go, he didn't go, and he didn't turn the wheel. He pulled straight up, straight back. And I just looked at him. And I mean, I gave him a look. So he pulls up again, looking at his dash the whole time. And when he pulled up again, I started laughing. And I was looking dead at him and started laughing. It took him 3 tries at that point. He did it again. 4 times to park in that parking spot. And when he finally stopped, his driver's side wheels were on the line. He pulled up, after he backed in there, when he could have just stayed, he pulled up and backed up 3 more times. So it's 4 times total backing into that spot. And he still never got into the spot. I just laughed at him, looked right dead in his face and started laughing. And because I was hoping that he was going to say something like, "What are you laughing at?" I was going to tell him, why don't you use your freaking mirrors, you dumbass? I don't think I would have said that, but I would have said, you'd be a lot easier if you use your mirrors. Turn that camera off. Don't even look at that thing. People got so dependent on everything being so simple that they take the lazy way out on everything. And it don't seem like much, but if he backs up and back and forth 4 times in every parking spot he goes to, look at the gas he's wasting. But look at the laughs he's giving somebody that's watching. Yep. So, here you go. Speaking of somebody not paying attention, me. So, Warped Cigar Company, not their tobacco line, but the cigars. They do this annual release of the La Colmena, Colmena, Colmena. I showed y'all last week when I got them. I got a 5-pack. Well, where I got them from, they ended up being $12.50 a piece. And they are a 6 by 46 or 48. 6 by 44. I'll tell you in a minute how I know. A box of them is like $160. They're like a $16 cigar. Well, my buddy bought a box. He had a coupon for whatever it was. And where he got them from, they were regular 190 a box. There's 10 in a box, so that's $19 a piece. He had the coupon that he had, and he used it, and with free shipping, he ended up getting them for $150 for the box of 10, shipped to his house. And he told me how good they were. Well, it just so happens that a couple of days later, I find them on sale, a 5-pack for $60-some. That's a half a box for $12 a piece. $12.50 or whatever. But they were $160 for a box. I don't need the box. I got a big ass humidor. I take most of the stuff I take out of the box and put in my humidor anyway. So I don't need the box. Well, they come out with another release of the Le Comania called Black Honey. Me seeing it, saw somebody in a Facebook group talking about how he was at the B&M and he grabbed a box of these cigars and he hopes that they're as good as the others. And I still, at this point, I still haven't smoked one of the other Le Comanias. When I saw these, they were $66. 100 and the same scenario, 180 something, I think it was, for a box of 10. And what I thought, because I didn't read the freaking fine print, I thought that it was $66 for a 5-pack. So I ordered them. They showed up yesterday. When I opened the box, I'd ordered a 5-pack of this one cigar called Stallone. And then what I thought was a 5-pack of the Black Honey Le Comania. They were 3-pack. Putting them at $22 a piece. They are smaller than the other warp. They're smaller than the other. These are only 5 by 44. These are true Corona size cigars. And they only make one size. And that's it. But knowing that they're warped, I would have never paid $22 a piece for them because I didn't look. I thought that they were $22 for a 5-pack, but it was $22 for 3 of them. Ain't nothing I can do now except smoke them. You can't return them. Only way you can return them is if I had bought a box and never opened it, and the box was unopened, then you could return it. Same way with tobacco. If it's unopened, you can return it. Because I told JC that I got them, and he asked me, he said, "You must really like the others if you got those." I was like, I never even smoked one of the others yet. I planned on smoking both of them in the same day and try to do a little comparison. Well, the original one has got a different wrapper on it, and it's got a little pigtail. It's rolled by Cuban tobacconist, tablacarist. So, yeah. We learn from our mistakes. I done that before, but from this same place, And I gotta watch, because sometimes when they have the high dollar premium cigars, they will only release them or sell them in a 3-pack instead of a 5-pack. 9 out of 10 places you go, and even on that site, if you look at cigars, they usually come in a 5-pack. But you gotta watch it, because now I'm really intense on to smoke one of these, and I'm going to be judging it hard. You know what I mean? It better burn perfect. It better be a top-notch cigar to be a freaking Corona for $22. If I saw it as a 3-pack, I would have never bought it. Never bought. The only cigars I know that are worth $20 or more are Padron 1926 series and the 1964 series. And then the other series other than the 1000 line that they have. Some Plasencia cigars are worth more. Some aren't worth $20 like they charge, but they're closer to it. This damn Black Honey Lake Comania, it better be good. This is my last time promoting this week. Last chance, Secret Santa. Picking and piping at gmail.com. Email Matthew if you're interested. Tomorrow I will be doing my gall. I'll be doing my drawing for my gall. Then I'll close out the video from where it, as I said, I'd run it to the 10th. I haven't had any new entries lately, except for one on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, something like that. So I've got as many, I think, as I'm going to get, so I'm closing it out. And I'm going to do the drawing tomorrow, hopefully from the coop, but if not, out here in the mobile lounge. Good luck, everybody. And next time I see you, I will be announcing one of you guys the winner. I am up to 558 subscribers now, and when I started the gall, I was at like 530 something. So I've gained 20 in 2 weeks. I haven't seen a lot of my new subscribers. I haven't seen a single comment from them. But it's all good. Remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.